Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of me projecting my queer experiences onto gacha life characters. Today's victim is Drew. In this video, I'm just going to say why I personally feel like he could have feelings for Jake. I'm definitely not saying he 100% does, because honestly I kinda doubt they'd actually go in that direction. If you don't agree, that's totally fine. This video is honestly just for fun and I'm not trying to genuinely convince you that you should believe this. I also feel like I need to put a disclaimer here that obviously it wouldn't be a healthy relationship. I don't think they should get together. I just think Drew having feelings for Jake would explain his behavior. With all of that out of the way, let's get started. Yes, because it's not like bi people exist or anything. Even if you were trying to make the argument that he's dating Zoe, so he wouldn't have feelings for Jake, I feel like this reasoning is still shaky. Throughout the series, it's constantly shown how shallow the relationship is, and how little they seem to like each other.
Alright, fine, keep it. I'll just be on my way. You know what? I think I might go see what Drew's up to. I've yet to tell him about how I saw you with your sugar daddy last weekend.
What?
Zoe's been acting really suspicious lately. Usually, she's always asking for new clothes, bags, food. I took her out last weekend and she asked for nothing.
Isn't that a good thing? Maybe she's finally given up on her goal to-
Yeah, what he means is she probably just feels bad for always making you spend money or something.
Nah, she's not the type to care about that. It's pretty suspicious to me.
The only times we actually see Drew being affectionate with Zoe are in public. When they're seen in private, he is never shown to want anything to do with her.
You'll take me shopping on the weekend, right, Drewy Bear?
Whatever you want, sweetheart.
Yay! True, I'm so bored! Can we do something?
Like what?
Obviously we know that Zoe is doing it for the money. However, if Drew genuinely doesn't like Zoe or hanging out with her, then what is he getting out of this? To me, the answer was very obvious. Status. The only time he seems happy about having a girlfriend is when he's bragging about it. It's less about wanting a girlfriend like Zoe than it is proving he could get a girlfriend like Zoe.
Not like I had to embarrass myself on stage to get Zoe to like me. Then again, I could probably get any girl I wanted.
Drew really wants to prove to his girl crazy friends, and the school as a whole, that he's capable of getting the prettiest girls. While this can be interpreted in many ways, for me, it really comes across as him trying to prove something. He's never actually seen showing interest in girls, and it almost feels like he's dating her not because he wants to, but because he should. Basically, I just took far too long to explain how I don't think Drew dating Zoe discredits it. If anything, I feel like it could even contribute to interpretations of repressed homosexuality. Okay, this is the juicy part of the video. Now that we've established that his relationship with Zoe doesn't mean he can't like Jake, why on earth do I think he likes Jake? A lot of it comes down to the looks, which although can seem small, often say a lot about the character. Drew is often very happy and supportive of Jake's crushes, but only when he feels like Jake won't try to get with them.
Hey, look who's about to walk past.
Good morning, Jake. Jake.
Morning, Daisy! That was smooth.
Bro, you are so obvious. Just ask her out already before I get there first.
Fat chance. And I will, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
You've been waiting for the right moment for years.
Whoops! Sorry, Liam, my bad.
What's up with you today? We're losing because of you.
Alright, I'm sorry. I just have things on my mind.
Oh, I get it. You move on fast, huh?
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I mean. You like Haley.
What? No, I don't.
Ah, okay. So it's just a coincidence that you were staring right at her just now.
However, even when Jake talks about asking out Daisy, who Drew shouldn't have a problem with, unlike Haley, he doesn't appear happy.
Look, it's Daisy. She told me that she loved singers and that I should try out for the competition, so I agreed.
That's it. Daisy told you to? So you said yes? What's next?
Are you gonna strip down butt naked in front of everyone because she asked you to?
Simp! Look, it's all part of my plan.
Seriously, dude? I wouldn't go through that much effort for a chick. I'll give you props though.
Liam. Sorry, I'll be leaving him with you two. I just realized I'm late for music practice. See you guys next period.
Yeah, see ya. Can you believe him? Joining those music freaks just to impress Daisy? What's so impressive about it anyway?
Jeez, with all that confidence, you'd think you'd be able to just ask her out, you know, normally.
Shoot! I forgot. Look, you guys wouldn't happen to know if Daisy is seeing anyone, right?
So it's just about Daisy. And this is why you shouldn't have waited to do this dumb competition idea to ask her out. Haven't you made it obvious to them that you like Daisy at this point? You don't exactly make it hard for people to figure out. I don't get it, Jake. Are you singing for Daisy or Haley?
You could argue he's upset simply because he'd rather Jake not sing at all, and by doing so, he is able to spend less time with them. However, it doesn't really explain his angry outburst whenever he remembers Jake is singing for Daisy, or Haley specifically, to girls he thinks Jake likes. Drew never even bothers to mention Xander by name. It's clearly just about how close Haley and Jake have gotten. But what about Daisy? Her and Jake barely speak. While Haley threatens Drew and Jake's friendship, there's literally no explanation for Drew to be upset when Jake mentions Daisy, aside from it being slightly connected to his reason for joining the music club. However, even Jake's friends don't believe that this is the case. In that way, it's pretty easy to read as romantic jealousy.
And if you wanna know the truth, I've been scared to open up, 'cause you're the one thing I can't lose. And I've tried about 1,000,000 times, but I can't seem to get it right. Get my hopes up, but it lasts one night and then it's over. But when I'm looking into your eyes, I see my future, my paradise. Something hits me every time and I know it. I wanna be loved with your love, your love, your love.
It is mentioned by Liam and Henry how strange Drew's obsessiveness over Jake is. I don't believe it's ever even explained why Drew acts this way, and Drew does very little to refute their jokes. For all we know, it's genuinely the reason.
You know, I'm starting to wonder whether you actually prefer their company over ours.
When you put it like that, it makes you sound jealous.
Shut up. I'm just saying, you used to care to listen to me.
Don't look so blue, Drew. I know it must be sad to see your boy running off to the music freaks instead of into your arms.
Ugh. Does he have to leave me with you idiots?
Well, hey, we can't know for sure, right? They might just be friends. And I still want to do it.
Only because you're singing with Haley.
Wait. You're singing with Haley as well now?
Well...
What, is she confessing her feelings to Daisy as well?
Oh, well, this just got saucy.
Also, Drew's largest fight with Haley we ever see on screen happens right after Jake and Haley are seen flirting. I'm not saying he definitely saw. I just think it was a strange decision for this specifically to be the scene Drew walks in on and gets angry after. In general, having Drew constantly jealous of Jake's love interest and being mad that he picked her over him is going to have some implications. I'm not saying it means he likes Jake like that or anything, but often with these kinds of plots people are fighting over the same kind of attention. Because although we know that Drew is just upset that Haley prevents Jake from spending time with him, often these kinds of feuds imply that two people are trying to fill the same role in a person's life, be it romantic, platonic, familial, or otherwise. What I'm trying to say is Drew believing Jake has romantic feelings for Haley and then only targeting her specifically is going to undeniably raise some questions. If anything, he should be more cruel towards Xander because of how strict he is and the way he is willing to bite back at them. However, that's not the case. He instead seems to feel more threatened by Haley. In reality, what has Haley specifically honestly ever done to Drew? One could argue that she's the one Jake is closest to and therefore a larger threat to their friendship. However, Drew doesn't even see most of their interactions. Like yeah, she's the one Jake is closest to, but in reality not much of their interactions are even seen by Drew. It just feels weird and irrational.
I might just surprise you and steal the spotlight.
Oh, is that a challenge, Austin?
Hey, Jakey.
Oh, hey guys! What are you doing here?
Just seeing what you're up to. You spend an awful lot of time in here after all, and you never invite us in.
Jake, we're sort of busy here, remember?
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, sorry guys. I'm a little busy right now.
God, you're always busy. Haven't you rehearsed enough for this stupid competition?
Hey, get off of that!
Hey, wait. Let me join in.
She probably doesn't know how to have a laugh since she's so uptight all the time. I'd hate being around that.
You, of all people, do not get to tell me
Guys, stop! Look, I'll hang out with you guys after school. We can catch up then, okay? So, could you leave us?
Fine, whatever. Have fun with Little Miss Uptight.
Well, see you later then, Jake. Enjoy your alone time.
Notice how none of his other friends reacted similarly at all. Then they immediately said enjoy your alone time, with obvious romantic implications. This is the dynamic Drew was just jealous of, but the rest of his friends are happy he has a girlfriend. And lastly, I just want to put a compilation of Drew being annoyed by his girl crazy friends because why not?
Liam, get your head out of your ass for once in your life.
Sup, guys?
Jake, back me up here.
You have to admit that Stacy's mom has got it going on.
You're messed up, dude.
Hey Jake, you know how I told you about asking my parents for the new Looney Box console for my birthday?
This is Jake. You actually showed normal interest in my gotcha switch, while you two were prattling on about weird 2E girl games.
Can we talk about something normal for once? I don't want to listen to your disturbing lettuce fantasies.
I think I understand. He must have a thing for teachers.
Dude, seriously, what is wrong with you today?
What? It's normal for a teenage boy.
I wouldn't say this section is 100% necessary. However, I just want to put this here so that I don't have to potentially clarify in the comments. Also, analyses like these are just interesting for me in general. In this section, I will essentially be discussing homophobia and heteronormativity, and how it 100% exists within the realm the Music Freaks takes place in, because I know there will be people arguing it doesn't, and therefore there would be no reason for Drew to hide how he feels. So if these topics are triggering to you or you already get the gist, this last part isn't really essential and definitely feel free to click off. So let's begin. On the outside, it may appear as if homophobia doesn't exist, such as Sean not saying anything about daisies to moms or no one explicitly saying anything negative about queer people. However, there are more subtle things that suggest otherwise. For example, the scene with Xander and Jake's friends at the lockers.
Whoa! Do you always get this cranky without your boyfriend?
What did you say?
Oh, touchy subject, I see.
In this scene, although no one said anything negative about Xander being gay, he immediately lashes out at their comments calling Luke his boyfriend. This implies that he was offended by what he thought they were trying to imply with these remarks. Although he was already upset, which obviously contributed to it, his angry "what did you say?" points to him taking this teasing in a very personal way. If there was no stigma behind being gay in this universe, there would be no reason for Xander to believe this offhand comment about him having a boyfriend was meant to be degrading. However, that appears to be what he thinks, implying that to some, him having a boyfriend may be considered shameful. However, I do think it's important for me to note that I don't think Drew or the rest of his gang are homophobic, at least not from what has been shown. Jake is surprised to find out that Xander is gay, which leads me to believe that neither him nor his friend group have bullied him for this reason. Although I did question this a bit due to the end of the interaction and the way the music club comforted Xander afterwards like he'd been attacked in a highly personal way, this part was a bit unclear to me.
Hey guys, let's just go. You wanted to show us that new drone you bought, right, Drew?
Alright. Well, have fun, freaks.
God, why can't those jerks just leave us alone?
It's as you said. They're a walking reflection of their insecurities that wish they had half the talent we have. There's no point giving them the satisfaction of a reaction.
Hey, you okay, Xander?
Yeah, just great.
Xander, don't listen to what those idiots have to say.
I'm not! I couldn't give a damn!
Hey man, if you need time alone, then we understand. But remember we're here if you want to talk about it.
Is this about Luke?
What do you think?
Actually, while I'm on the topic of Jake, I feel like this is a good time to bring up heteronormativity. Heteronormativity describes the way straightness is considered the norm within society, with anything else being othered. It is considered the natural order, anything deviating from that is thought to be unconventional. A good example of this concept in action is the way everyone is assumed to be straight until told otherwise. In the music Freaks, it is often shown through Jake. This is not to say Jake is homophobic, quite the contrary. Once he is aware of his friends being queer, he is quite accepting. I just think the way he assumes everyone to be straight demonstrates how in the music Freaks, straight is still considered the norm.
What do you suggest I do to get his trust back? He's your boyfriend, so you know him best.
And even if we weren't siblings, I'm not exactly his type.
Yeah, he's gay. You really don't know anything about your classmates.
I guess not. I just thought that, well, maybe I could help him out, give him some advice, you know? I am a charmer with the ladies, after all.
Right, but I'm afraid that's not gonna come in handy in Luke's case.
Oh, and why is that?
Because it's Xander.
NANI? Did you say Xander?
I didn't mean to. It's just, I had no idea.
I thought it would have been obvious by now. Then again, it is you we're talking about.
Look, all I know is that they're close childhood friends. I wasn't told it was any more than that. Then again, he was pretty protective of Xander that one time. Maybe I have been oblivious.
So yeah, basically homophobia most likely does exist in this universe even if none of the main cast are outwardly homophobic. I just wanted to put that out there in case people wanted to make the case that it doesn't and therefore Drew wouldn't need to hide it. However, like I said, this video was really just for fun and you don't have to agree with me. There are definitely some holes in this theory, and even I highly doubt they'll go this route. I just kinda wanted to fool around and do an in-depth queer analysis of a Gacha Life series. Feel free to drop your own thoughts, theories, or things you think I may have missed or gotten wrong. Really, I just kind of wanted to trigger a discussion. I hope you have an awesome day, and thank you for sitting through my holy crap, my 20-minute video about why I think Drew from the Music Freaks is gay or at the very least bisexual. What is wrong with me? Anyways, thank you and goodbye.